Okay guys, so as you can see, I'm moving out today. If you've been watching my last few videos, you know I'm travel nursing in Austin, and that I got a furnished apartment complex through Landing or Hello Landing, and I highly recommend them, especially for travel nurses, and I'll tell you why here in a second. But highly recommend them. Have loved every second of staying here. Basically what happened is I got fired, and not in the sense of I didn't do my job or I didn't have good character or anything like that, or anything really about me. I got fired or canceled from my travel assignment because of low census. It's been kind of different from what I'm used to. I'm used to a very fast-paced, busy, all the time. Like once you take a patient to postpartum, there's another patient waiting for you. I'm used to that. Caught me off guard because it was a little bit slower paced. It's a smaller hospital. They only have 2 to 3 patients like every day, and they only have 2 to 3 nurses every day. But I was like, this is a nice, like, thank you God for giving me this as a first assignment, because trying to learn the charting system and trying to learn all their policies and procedures and the way that they do things versus the way that I'm used to doing things, as well as having that busy environment, I feel like would have been a whole lot for me. But I also knew that there was a possibility that since they were so slow and they weren't as busy, that I might get canceled. And so I always had that in the back of my mind. Didn't create a plan B or anything. I was just trusting the Lord and knew that whatever it was, it would be worked out. So I got a call probably 2 weeks ago, my manager on my unit saying that she was gonna have to let me go because of low census, and that I would have 2 weeks left, or really like 1.5 weeks. Like I was gonna finish out that week, and then the next week was gonna be my last week. I didn't start scrambling. Like I said, throughout this whole process, I've just had like peace and like trust that whatever's gonna happen is gonna be okay. I've been trying to really lean on the Lord and not on my own tendencies to like control things and like be anxious and all of that. Whenever I got that news, I took a couple of days, waited it out, was trying to see if maybe I was going to be able to find something else in the area. Did not find anything else in the area in that time frame. So I went ahead and reached out to my apartment complex because I signed a 3-month lease for the entire stint of my contract until July 1st. I was gonna be in a little bit of a pickle because I was gonna have to pay the amount that my apartment is, my rent, but I wasn't gonna be getting paid my travel pay. Even if I went back to Tyler and like just worked there, I wouldn't be getting enough money to pay for this apartment, and I wouldn't be staying here because I would be living in Tyler. So I was like, let me see if I can just find something in the area, even if it's something that I don't really wanna do, you know, even if I just do it for a short amount of time. So I searched up busier hospitals. Both had travel listings on their website, but whenever I reached out to recruiters, they were saying that those were only open for extensions, people that were already on those assignments that were trying to extend. But I literally couldn't get any recruiter to submit me in the time frame that I needed to, because like I said, I only had a week and a half. And so I was trying to get a quick turnaround so that I could be already prepared to work that next following week, and that did not happen. So I went ahead and reached out to my apartment complex, and I was like, maybe I should just get out of my lease, go back home, you know, find something else for right now. And at first she was like, no, there's no way for you to get out of your lease, you know. And I had already looked at the paperwork. I just thought I would reach out just in case. And the paperwork basically said that you would have to pay 1 month's rent as your fee. I told her, you know, what the situation, that I was a travel nurse, that I got canceled. And she said, oh, you're a travel nurse. And I was like, yeah. And she said, wow, that's awesome. That works out. If you can send me paperwork stating that you got canceled from your assignment, then we can work something out. for you to get an earlier move out date. And I'm like, that is amazing. Like, that is why I 10 out of 10 recommend Landing, because they cater and they advocate for travel nurses, and they know that we can get canceled at any time. They know that it's hard out here. So they made it super easy. I literally just sent her the screenshot that my recruiter sent me, basically saying that the company had canceled me and what date they were gonna let me go and the reason why. A screenshot of that, I sent it over to Amanda over at Landing, who is like the manager of this area. And she said, that's perfect. What day do you want to move out? And I was like, is it that simple? Like, God was really just pulling everything together for me. And so I was like, yeah, well, let me move out on the 30th. Thought I was going to be out of work. And then after I did that, one of my last days at work, I was transferred over to another hospital, because in this area they have one big hospital, a couple of big hospital systems. So you can be transferred between them, like between hospitals. And so I went over there, you know, worked my regular shift. And then towards the end of the shift, this lady came around and she was like, is your name Brianna? And I said, yes, I'm Brianna. And she said, hey, we are going to need somebody in the next couple of weeks, and I heard that your contract got canceled. And I said, yes, I did get canceled. And she basically, like, on the spot offered me to work at this hospital for the rest of my contract. And so I was a little taken aback because, number one, I had already gotten out of my lease, you guys remember. And then I had already made plans to go back to Tyler to work extra shifts, you know, to kind of buffer in this time gonna be out of work. And so I thought about it, thought long about it. So I ended up deciding to just stay here. I think it will be a good decision, hopefully. So wrapping it all up, that's why I'm moving out today. Today is May 30th, so I have to be out of here by 11. It is 10:10 right now. And so I'm hauling butt to get out of here, making sure I get all of my things. And then I have like all day to figure out what I'm gonna do. Not really to figure out what I'm gonna do. I already paid for a hotel actually, because I think it'll be better just money wise to just go ahead and stay in a hotel for 3 days and then go back home to Tyler for the rest of the days. I need the hospital to work it out though, to where I work my 3 days in a row, or else this won't work. She did give me my 3 days in a row this week. So this week I work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. And so that's gonna work out, but I need the rest of my schedule, which is only 4 more weeks, to be 3 days in a row as well. There are some cheaper apartments in Landing. It's definitely an investment. This is not sponsored by Landing. I reached out to them to work with them, but they have not reached out back to me. So this is not sponsored. So I can kind of give you my honest opinion. And I truly did love my experience here. It's just the money aspect of it is way too expensive. And by the time I ended up getting my job over at the other hospital and signing up with them, someone had already scooped up this apartment for the next like 2 months. This is future editing Brianna, so I just thought I'd give you guys a synopsis of what I made this video. Be patient, trust the moment, trust in the Lord, and know that travel nursing does not come without its set of risks. You know, it has been very profitable for a lot of people within this season, but it does come with risks. And one of those risks is being canceled. One of those risks is having your shifts be canceled. I've heard of people being on contract and not getting their guaranteed hours. So just make sure you are really working with your recruiter well, that you have a clear understanding of what the risks are before you get into travel nursing, and just trust the Lord. That's all you can do. I wanted to share with you guys my story, my personal testimony of what happened to me when my contract was canceled. I will be sharing with you guys in the future what I plan on doing next. So stay tuned. I just finished my current contract that I talked to you guys about in this video that I extended with another hospital. I extended an extra month, so it ended at the end of July. And now I'm just looking for my next opportunity. So just praying, and you guys pray with me, and I will